Hello, last night I watched a webinar on pain and behaviour. So it was run by a behaviourist and a vet, both of which I think work for Cats Protection, if I remember rightly. Very, very experienced, very, very good. And they were both talking about the role that pain can play in behaviour problems and how it's a team effort between making sure that, yes, all the behaviour things are covered, but also the medical things are covered, and how quite often it is a multifactorial thing. So it's not just pain or it's not just behaviour, it's like an integration of the two. And I felt really validated, to be fair, because I'm not a vet, I don't have any veterinary training. So when I come to treat an animal, it's always from the behaviour side. But I always need to make sure I keep in mind that there could be medical problems there. Like every cat I work with does have a vet check first, but how much can a vet check in that tiny appointment? Like you can only really give them a once over. If it's a peeing issue, then hopefully there'll be like a urine test. Sometimes vets will have performed a blood test, which is good for me to see to make sure that, you know, they are picking up any underlying things. Is more likely to pick up on things, but there could be literally anything underlying. And it was useful to hear them talk about certain things that are more likely to have a medical component than others. So things like over-grooming, that's like one of my biggest ones where I often won't even go unless there's lots of medical things that have been ruled out. So allergies, skin conditions, illnesses, underlying pain, all these I feel like are much more likely to be the cause of an over-grooming issue than stress. So I know stress does have a role to play, but very unlikely is it to be just stress and nothing else. So I'm happy to come in and cover the stress side and make sure that the cat isn't experiencing any stress, but it won't improve unless the underlying medical problem is improved too. A similar one is hyperesthesia, so cats that attack their tails, or they might like lick their tails or bite them or just pay a lot of attention to them, or the tails that flick around on their own. That I feel always has, I say always, but I might be wrong, but it feels like it always has a medical component too, and that's similar to what the guys were saying on the webinar. So I feel really good, and like I'm always there, even if there is a medical problem there, I'm always there to help, as well as with the behaviour side, to support the owners through that, because sometimes it can feel like difficult getting to the bottom of what this medical condition might be, and it will be affecting their behaviour in the meantime. So some cats that attack their tail, it's hard to watch, it's hard to see them like savaging their tails and drawing blood and not being able to rest properly because their tails are flapping around, not doing much. Same with over grooming, like they might get sores, they might lick their fur to the point where they're damaging the skin. So it's really tricky, and it was a good time to watch it really, because I've just partnered with Antinol. So Antinol make joint supplements that have been scientifically proven to help cats with their joints. So I can relieve pain and help mobility. So I will make a separate video about that, I'm sure. But it's just on my radar at the moment that a lot of cats, even if it is just a behavioural problem, might have underlying issues with pain or mobility issues. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Antinol can help, and how likewise I can help Antinol's customers and their following understand the behaviour side of things. So hopefully there'll be some content coming out soon that will help with both sides. And I had a case last night which was really interesting, in that the cat that we were dealing with seemed to have like two factors. There was a urine marking case, and the cat had sort of generalised anxiety, and that he had a bit of a nervous temperament. He was sort of skitty around noises and wasn't a very sort of well-rounded, hardy individual that could cope with stress day to day. But there was also a specific trigger of a cat outside that he was sort of preoccupied with and hypervigilant around, and was taking up a lot of his brain space by the sounds of things. So today I'm going to work on drawing up a report that addresses both sides, because I feel like what we spoke through is if you stopped him feeling worried about that specific cat, the spraying might still continue because he has got generalised anxiety. But likewise, if you deal with generalised anxiety and the specific trigger stays, then it still might not improve. So the owners had done lots of really good things and might have nailed it. Like they might have resolved one but then not the other, and likewise later on resolved the other but not the generalised. So it's sort of going to be a multifactorial thing where we make sure to be resolving both the generalised stress, or helping him cope day to day, building his confidence and helping him feel less stressed generally, but then also dealing with the specific trigger of the other cat outside. So hopefully that goes well, but I'll be working on that today. But let me know how your cats are getting on and whether you've got any questions. I'll be happy to talk. And I'm away next week, so I'm not sure what the videos will look like. Hopefully I can still upload, but we're going to France, so hoping to have a nice break. But that's it for now. I will see you on Saturday for another video, hopefully. Take care.